Welcome. Who will be your future spouse is today's time. Let's pick a card. Today we have three options. Option 1 on the left, option 2 in the middle, and option 3 on the right hand side. Take a deep breath with me. And exhale. Timestamps are below. If you need more time to choose, you can pause the video now. See you there. Welcome everyone who chose Watermelon Tourmaline. This is going to be a reading about who will be your future spouse. The number 58 could be relevant for you, as well as the number 13 and the number 4. All right. There's something here to do with perfection. Are you a perfectionist maybe? Something here about being expensive, because Watermelon Tourmaline is one of the most expensive of the gemstones because it's rare. So there's something about rarity as well. So perfectionism, rarity, and expensive. Oh, I just heard something that I saw the other day, and it's someone asked the question, are you free tomorrow? And someone answers, no, I'm expensive every day. So that may be something that resonates with you, or maybe that's a saying that you saw recently. So I'm picking up that you guys are people who have a peaceful heart, and there's a natural joy about you. There's a magic, and you still believe in magic. Or, you know, let's take the still out. You believe in magic, okay? That's always a good thing. All right. That's what I'm picking up from you guys. Now, if that resonates, keep watching to see who will be your future spouse. Have you been looking for perfection in people, maybe? Because again, no one is perfect. Even though we may be perfectionists and strive for perfection, it doesn't mean that we're going to find someone who is perfect. So keep that in mind, or that is a message coming through for you. Who will be your future spouse? Who is your future spouse? Please show me. Water Tourmaline's future spouse. Group 1's future spouse. Who is Group 1's future spouse? I only want one, please. Who is Group 1's? Who is Group 1's future? Ooh, the golden egg. Someone exquisite. Okay, definitely someone rare. Someone close to perfect. Someone probably who is wealthy or expensive, depending on which end of the spectrum you are. There's someone precious to you, someone who will be precious to you, someone who has depth, and someone who doesn't show their depth to everyone unless they deem that person worthy, okay? So there's a sense that this person is going to find you worthy of their time, of their dedication, of their love, and they don't really go after what everyone else is doing. They don't tune into the noise around them. They know how to find that deep and restful place and ease anywhere, even in the eye of the storm. This person possibly practices yoga or meditation. They do a lot of introspection. They analyze themselves. They contemplate a lot on things before they make decisions. This person may be into breathing, like some form of discipline with breathing. They're very spiritually advanced, and their spiritual advancement is showing externally in their material world as being very stable. All right? So, before we get into the archetypes, I want to look at the tarot. So who is your future spouse? Give me more about who your future spouse is until we get into the dynamics and how you will meet. Who is your future spouse? someone protective of self, someone protective of what they have earned. This is someone who believes in equal give and take. They will always give back in the same measure of what is given to them. They're very fair and balanced in that way. But they also don't go the distance in terms, they don't overdo, they don't overextend. It's just the right amount. That's the kind of person this person is. They're very, this person either works with money or they invest. Well, everyone works with money these days, but I mean, money and material stability is very important to this person. And they're not greedy. They just want just enough to get, to live comfortably without having too many issues in their life. That's the kind of person this person is. They're very stable. They have a good head on their shoulder when it comes to, or on their neck, when it comes to managing resources. 5 of Cups. This person is going through some sadness right now. They've either suffered some kind of a loss, emotional loss, that they're now still focused on. They're going through some sadness right now. 5 of Voices. 5 of Swords. They're going through some changes. I'm seeing some mental conflict here over an emotional loss and some sadness. Death and Rebirth. It seems like there was a lot of arguing around them, or they used to argue a lot and now they've changed. They're going through sort of a death and a rebirth right now. So that's who this person is. I don't know if this person works in a bank or with money, investments somehow. The Offering. This person can be generous. This person is very generous, and it seems like, what number do we have here? 64 and the number 10 and the number 1. 64, 10, and 1. 64, 10, and 1. Yeah, they're generous, and they like to, their love language seems to be gift giving, mostly. And they like to share. This is someone who is about sharing, but if they see that it's not reciprocal, they will stop sharing and they'll keep to themselves and protect themselves. So they could only be with someone who is like them, who also likes to share. But this is someone who will offer you a lot of dedication, time, gifts, those kind of things. They give without expectations and they don't keep track, but if they start noticing that there's no reciprocity, they will withdraw. But I see a lot of give and take in the relationship, a lot of gifts being exchanged. And they're the kind of person, if they buy something for themselves, they will buy something for you. I just heard, like if they buy themselves like a chocolate, they'll come back and they will bring you a chocolate as well. So they'll always consider you in that way. They have that generosity about themselves. It's not that they don't expect the same in return. Well, they don't, but if they see that there is no return, they get quite sad and they can keep to themselves. This person is good at saving money. Yeah, they're really good with money. I'm seeing probably for some of you, financial director. This person got their heart broken. They were betrayed, possibly involved in some kind of third-party situation. And so that's why they're so protective. This is someone who doesn't want to go through that again, because it creates a lot of emotional dissonance and mental conflict for them. this person has been through a lot of pain. They felt left out in the cold here. Look, this person has had to change their financial life around because they didn't come from a lot of money. They didn't come from wealth. I'm seeing rags to riches. So this person turned their financial situation around. Ten of Wands. They've definitely been through it. This person may have had to relocate from their place of origin. I'm seeing for some of you a refugee situation, but I'm also seeing someone who just had to leave a place that wasn't offering them much to go somewhere else, and then the world they achieved finally came full circle, wrapped things up, and now they enjoy material comfort. But they've been through it. They know, they know what it takes to get to where they got. So there's a lot of hard work, a lot of discipline. Yes, discipline definitely pulls this person through life. They rely on discipline. The medallion. The number 59 could be relevant, as well as the number 5. Yeah, this person's been through a lot of changes in their life to be able to achieve some kind of material success that they have. And I'm hearing that their talisman, their amulet, their good luck charm has been discipline. They like to honor tradition. They're very protective of tradition and those that they feel responsible for. This person may have had some kind of burdensome inheritance that they had to pay off some kind of tax to receive, or maybe they had to pay someone's debt after they opened an inheritance. Maybe they thought they were going to get some kind of inheritance, and then what came through was debt, okay? This could be a riches to rags to riches situation, old money kind of thing, then no money. Okay, seeing Gemini, Libra, Aquarius, Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus, Mars, or Mercury. This person travels a lot, especially road and air travel. I'm seeing here 3 of Inspiration. This person is currently at a physical distance from you, or there was a physical distance between the two of you. Initially, that's like probably a long distance situation in the beginning. Yeah, endurance, the 9 of Wands. It seems like this is a relationship that endures before you get married. Like, you go through a few battles together until you're able to be together, and you don't give up on each other. So this person keeps holding a torch for you until you can reunite. 3 of Cups. It could be that you meet this person while socializing or through friends, or maybe even online. But I'm seeing more like socializing and friends introducing you, or being the part of the same friend group somehow. 7 of Voices. But Seven of Swords. I don't like the 7 of Swords, but I'm not seeing bad cards around that. Hanged Man. Yeah, it's like the beginning of the relationship is deceptive because there's a lot you don't understand about the way this person acts, because They seem very like, initially they're friendly, but they're also quite like, what's the word for it? They seem detached at times, but you can feel their generosity. But there's something you don't see because of their situation. Yeah, the Hangman twice. It's they're in suspension and you don't know why. They don't tell you, but things develop eventually and they'll start to share more with you, and they take things to the next level because there are true feelings here involved. And the reason why they're in suspension is because with Temperance here, they're transmuting a lot of negative into positive, and they don't want you to be a part of that until they do that, until they walk away from something that is not good for them. And then you will have the knowing, but something intuitive will tell you about what's going on with this person, because you're going to see a lot of green flags, but you're also going to feel a lot that you don't understand, especially about detachment here. But they will then eventually come forward and make you a serious love offer once they're ready. Until then, they will just be figuring out what you're doing, if you're doing okay, like keeping an eye on you, but without really advancing, until they're sure that they will add to your life and not subtract, and they will take the leap of faith when they're ready, okay? Because whatever they're going through right now, they would not be ready for the ideal situation. Right now, it seems like you're manifesting this person or this kind of person, and they're manifesting a better life for themselves. Page of Wands, one of you could be Leo, Sagittarius, Aries strongly, Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus, Mars, or Mercury. And there's a little bit of an age gap here as well, okay? So that was your reading. I hope this brought you the clarity that you seek. Let me know how that resonates for you below. And thank you for liking, commenting, sharing, and subscribing. It helps the channel. It helps me bring you more. Have a beautiful day and see you in the next one. Bye for now. Welcome everyone who chose Pyrite. This is going to be your reading about who will be your future spouse. So here we have the number 45 and the number 9. You could be going through some kind of an ending, or you recently had an ending. Maybe went through something like a fool's gold situation where you thought something was more valuable, or you applied more value to something that didn't have that much value. You saw more value in something that didn't really have the value, and you were adding the value here. And you realize that that genuine abundance and prosperity actually came from you and from within you, and you saw a situation for what it was. And whatever that experience was, it made you more self-appreciative, more appreciative of yourself and knowing your own worth. And so if that feels like you, then this is your reading. Let's keep moving forward and see who will be your future spouse. Now we're going to get more in the realm of who this person is that will be your future spouse. So it seems like you woke up to your own value. You're not settling for less than what you're worth. And because maybe you have in the past. So who is your future spouse? Oh, the Bee. This is a hard worker, also life of the party, good team player. They put in the work. They don't only expect you to put in the work or others. They're responsible for their part. They are a very responsible individual. I'm seeing Gemini, Libra, or Aquarius, Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus, Mars, or Mercury strongly in their chart. So they're a good communicator. They do what's necessary. They're very democratic as well, very vibrant, very active, content. They're not a complainer, okay? They will be more grateful than they will. I don't think you'll catch this person complaining at all, just because they get things done. And sometimes they can be annoyed and when they're overworked, but they're not gonna complain. Like they're just gonna feel annoyed, right? And you know, they're good at also knowing when to take some kind of a mini vacation or vacation to counterbalance the effects of, you know, overworking. So yeah, they can be a little bit of a workaholic, but you know, they know also it's like work hard, play hard here. But other than that, their personality, they're delightful to be around. They love team projects. They're steady workers, and they take things to the end, and they take responsibility for whatever is given to them. So, but they have a very busy life. They're very busy people, busy bees. Okay, that's what I'm seeing here. All right. Who is this person? Who is your future spouse? Sociable. Joy. A joy to be around. Life of the party. I'm seeing Libra and Gemini very strongly here. Possibly also Aquarius. Wheel. This person relies on their intuition, divine intervention. They work hard, but they don't try too hard, right? If they don't try to push something forward if the universe keeps telling them no. Like, they don't try to force doors open. They also know how to go with the flow. So let's say they have like tasks on their plate to do. So they'll prioritize their tasks in a list. And they'll go from the most important to the least important, and they'll tick those boxes. If they come across some obstruction, some obstacle, they will either wait or they will go on to the next thing if they can, if it doesn't depend on that thing. And then they'll get back to that thing when the time is right. That's the kind of person. That's why they also don't let life get them down, because they understand that there are things that are out of their control, and they will only tackle the things that are in their control. Otherwise, they know it's a time waster. This person is confident. This person is... I should have seen it with all that yellow. This person knows their worth. They're confident. So yeah, I mean, you're a match in that sense, because you're both ready for each other. This person is strong. You're going to have a strong bond with this person. And you're going to bond, especially because you're both very confident. You know your worth. And this person is... They have the courage because they have the self-confidence and the knowledge of their own worth to back them up. And with the number 8 here, they could have strong Leo in their chart, Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus, Mars, or Mercury. But they also trust the universe to work with them. And they work well with the universe because they are so grateful, because they are so hardworking. They just trust that things will work out because they're not waiting for the right time. And unless there's only something that can happen in the right time. But other than that, they are driven toward stability and prosperity. And they have the strength and the fortitude to withstand a lot of challenges and a lot of obstacles. And they just continue moving forward, or they wait, or they work on something else. But they're always busy. Like, they know there's always something they can do while there's other things that are not happening. Let's just put it that way. They're very inspired. I'm seeing Leo, Sagittarius, Aries now. They're young at heart, even if they're not that young. They're probably young, but they're especially young at heart. They stay youthful regardless of their age. They are in tune with the world, with the universe. They understand frequencies and energies and the pulse of things. So they don't try to force things, but they're very inspired, and they're always looking for inspiration somewhere. And they have a really good intuition. They're really connected to their intuition. And it works well for them. 4 of Pentacles, they are good at saving money. What is the relationship going to be like? What is the relationship going to be like? And more about this person. The father. This person will be very protective. The number 2, Gemini energy coming through very, very strongly here for some reason, or even Libra. Again, I'm just seeing someone very balanced, someone who knows how to be in a pair, someone who's a really good partner. This person could be a father, you could be a father, this could end up being the father of your children, you could end up being the father of their children, depending on who you are watching this. This person's father figure is a strong one. I'm seeing someone who has a strong father figure, and that is part of their strength and their confidence, is having a strong father figure, or having had a stronger father figure growing up. If this is a feminine, their father taught them a lot of masculine things. like masculine energy. Someone who has a balance of the masculine and the feminine, especially if they're feminine, okay? Most likely this person already lost their father, okay? Is what I'm seeing here. And that transformed them deeply. And it brought about a death and a rebirth, but their father is always with them. This is definitely someone who lost their father already, or a father figure who acted like a father or grandfather in their life. Ace of Cups. This is a new emotional beginning for the two of you. This person knows a lot about self-love. They are really good with self-love. Okay, so we have Three of Wands. There's an initial distance, emotional or physical distance between the two of you. Then there's a lot of talking and traveling back and forth, and a lot of passion, a lot of planning. For a lot of you, this is going to be someone brand new. For others of you, this is someone you know who's at a distance. You already know, but you haven't started things in the physical. And now I can't help but look at this and you know, the image coming through is egg and sperm, but that's not going to be for everyone. So fertilization, fertilizing coming to mind. Fertile mind, fertile in fertility and projects. But this person is a little bit scattermind right now. They're having to make some decisions in their life and they don't quite know which way to go just yet. This person gets a lot of attention too. But I see between you there's going to be a big exchange. Like this person could practice surf or live by the ocean or something like that. It's not surf, it's like, what's the name of it? When you throw the board onto the sand almost, but it's still watery and you glide. That could be something, or windsurf or kite surf, something about a board in the ocean could be significant here, or some kind of board in the ocean, or just the fact that they live near a surfing community or live near the ocean. You do probably. This person, there's something about a lot of fish in the sea, a lot of fish in the sea. So they're not someone who are obsessed with one person. Like they want to choose from the fish in the sea because they know there's more fish in the sea. They know their worth, you see, and they won't settle for someone. They know they have options and they will look for their options, or they will wait for their options until that special one comes along. Now we have the Siren, so I wouldn't be surprised if there's some Pisces going on here in this person's chart, Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus, Mars, and Mercury. This person has a really nice voice, either spoken or sung or singing voice. We have the number 15, 16, 18, the number 18, and the number 9. This person's definitely been through some kind of an ending here, and to them, you're going to be like the song of the siren. They're going to feel immediately attracted to you, even from far away. It could be something about your voice or something you say that really draws them in. Or it could also be an attribute like physically appealing to them. And you will be the fish they choose from that sea of options there. It's like you will be the fittest sperm, if you will, like that kind of thing. And I'm seeing a lot of prosperity and abundance for the two of you in your marriage. Ace of Wands. This is definitely, for a lot of you, this is someone new or reigniting of something existing. But it's for most of you, it's someone new. For a very small amount of you, it's going to be something reigniting. Two of Pentacles. There's going to be an initial like balance of two material realities. So it could be that traveling from one place to the other and having two homes, like where they're from and where you are, and having to share that time until there's some kind of financial freedom or the freedom to work somewhere else. If they're stuck to a place because of work, that could be a situation. They're very financially independent though, and this is someone who's also physically healthy, and they're good. They're really good with life. They have a lot of wish fulfillment in their life, and it's going to be a wish fulfillment for you as well, the Nine of Cups. I feel both of you will be single when you meet, or, you know, obviously when you marry, but I'm just seeing two people who are free from emotional baggage. Queen of Emotions. There's real love here. It's true. It's from your hearts, and it will be known and communicated. There will be no doubt that this person really, truly, truly loves you deep down in their heart. And they're very expressive with their feelings. There's a lot of love here. There's also a lot of sensuality. There's a lot of wish fulfillment here. What does this person do for a living? Can we get like a hint? Muse of inspiration. This person inspires a lot of people. I'm seeing Gemini, Libra, I'm seeing Leo, Sagittarius, Aries now, Cancer, Pisces, and Scorpio strongly. Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus, Mars, and Mercury. For some of you with the Hanged Muse here, this is going to not be for everyone. I'm seeing like Cirque du Soleil kind of person, or maybe you're into that, or you both enjoy that, or this person is a performer like that. Or they're some kind of business owner where a lot of people are inspired by them. Or they're performers, possibly with their emotions for some of you. But business owner, definitely, they're in charge of their path. Yeah, there's going to be a planting of a seed here after... you know, an inner knowing and intuition that draws the two of you together, and a mental compatibility as well. But it's like there's going to be a lot of communication up in the air until things become grounded in the physical. But there's a lot of new here. We got all aces. So for most of you, this is a new person. And you're probably going to move to a new place or a new home, or have a completely new experience from what you had so far. New kind of passion, new way of sharing love. And it's because you've left a certain kind of relationship or person you used to choose behind, and because you've chosen yourself, things are going to be very different, but in a very, very positive way for you. I see a lot of passion, sensuality, as I said, a lot of emotions being exchanged, and a lot of, you know, material comfort and stability here as well. For some of you, if you're at that age, or if that's something you want and something you're working toward and it resonates, there could be a pregnancy here, okay? So that was your reading, guys. It was a pleasure to read for everyone. Let me know how that resonates for you below if you want to. If not, choose another option. Thank you for liking, commenting, sharing, and subscribing. It helps the channel. It helps bring you more. Have a beautiful day. See you in the next one. Bye for now. Welcome everyone who chose Amethyst. This is going to be a reading about who will be your future spouse. But before we dive into your future spouse, let's talk about you for a moment here. So I'm seeing you as someone who has recently, or somewhere in the recent past, you've detoxed from some kind of addiction maybe, or codependency. You've let go of something that was toxic. It was either a thought pattern or a behavior, or something you consumed, or some kind of obsessive loop or something that you really worked through discipline, because we have the number 4 there, through discipline to let go of. It could be that your dreams are starting to also give you some messages here. So you could be getting a lot of messages in your dream state. The person you will marry is someone who will seem familiar to you, or who will be familiar to you, okay? But there's something about unconscious habits or old patterns that you either still need to release and you're working on, or you have released, okay? So there's something here about discipline being important when it comes to that. So this is something you've done, or maybe this is advice for you right now. All right, but let's see who is your future spouse. So if that resonates with you, keep watching. This is most likely your pile. So let's see, who is your future spouse? Now let's dive into who is the person you will marry. These are too many. person could have strong Scorpio in their chart, Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus, Mars, or Mercury. Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus, Mars, or Mercury. I just repeated that. So something about repetition could be significant. Who will be your future spouse? Maybe you need to take some deep breaths. I'm getting a lot of nervous energy right now for some reason. Who will be your future spouse? That's too many. Ooh, yep, exactly what I was picking up on. Scorpio energy. Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus, Mars, or Mercury. But I'm also seeing fire signs. Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus, Mars, or Mercury. Leo, Sagittarius, Aries energy here. This person's very passionate, very intense. They like to connect on a deep level emotionally. They're all about intimacy, be that sexual or emotional. Okay, they're passionate, they're competitive. They do have a tendency toward isolation though, because they've learned, at some point in their journey, they've learned about people and they've been betrayed and they've been, they suffered in the hands of people. There's something here that they grew wary, suspicious of people. They could hold some resentment, something unresolved right now probably, but they're working toward, they're determined, and they will only move with loyalty. They are good at isolating themselves from people that they feel don't deserve their time. They're really good at cutting people off when they've been done wrong, okay? Who is the person you will marry? Who is your future spouse? Who is this person that will be your future spouse? Your spouse in the future. Who is who's your future spouse? All right, Gemini, Libra, Aquarius could be strongly in their chart as well. Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus, Mars, or Mercury. This is someone who works with communication in some way. I see a lot of emails, phone calls, meetings, socializing, events, possibly writing, speaking, singing, anything that involves a lot of communication and networking. I'm also seeing air travel, so I wouldn't be surprised if this person could work in the travel industry as a pilot or steward, something like that. So these are just the possibilities of what this person is doing professionally, okay? So they're quick-witted, they have a sharp mind, intellectual type even, good communicators. This is someone who definitely knows the importance of communicating, but they like to keep their private life private. So they don't mix business with their private life, okay? They keep things separate because they're very protective of their privacy because they've been stung in the past. Yeah, this person is most likely seen by a lot of people, or they lead a lot of people, or a lot of people listen to them, or they inspire a lot of people. They're definitely a winner, okay? They win in life. They are acknowledged for their merits. They've been through a lot of battles and they came out shining. This person has star quality regardless of what they're doing professionally. I wouldn't be surprised if this person is in some kind of a stage or screen, okay, where a lot of people see them. That's very possible here. That's a very strong possibility. I would even say for most of you, but not all of you, okay? They could be a speaker. They could be a teacher. They definitely have an audience in some capacity. Yes, this person, there's a spotlight on this person in some way, shape, or form, either through teaching or a screen or acting or speaking or singing, performing maybe. There's something big on that. again, Leo, Sagittarius, Aries now very strongly. They're very inspired, they're very inspiring, and they're very well off financially, okay? They're wealthy. I would even say this person is wealthy, okay? They're definitely can take care of themselves when it comes to money. They also have a healthy mindset. They lead with their intuition. They're highly spiritual in that way. They do have a strong intuition. And they can read people. They can see through people. But again, the cave, they do really value their privacy, okay? They do retreat to their cave. The number 32 could be relevant. We have 32 twice because the 6 of Wands is a 32, the 32nd card in the tarot. And so they definitely, 32 is the number of the one, the winner, okay? They're winners. But it's because they have a good balance between visibility and invisibility. So they keep a mystery, an air of mystery around them. They only let people see what they want people to see. And that is their secret. The secret to their success is keeping things to themselves. They don't share everything, especially their plans. And they will want to be with you and that be private in a sense where people don't get access to your relationship easily. They're going through a lot of changes. They don't fear change. They embrace change. They've been through a lot of changes. 6 of materials. They're all about equal give and take. Whatever is given to them, they give right back, okay? That can be good. That cannot be so good at times. Yeah, this person's not a saint. They're very like fair and square kind of person. But they like giving gifts. They do charity. This person is charitable. They will help the less fortunate around them. Page of Inspiration. They stay young regardless of their age. They stay young. I feel there's an age gap here. Again, I'm seeing Leo, Sagittarius, Aries very strongly. But I'm seeing an age gap. This is someone who definitely... This person could have a black cat. You could maybe 2. But that doesn't have to be the case. That could just be for some of you as an extra confirmation. This person is in tune with their body, with the land, with nature, with the universe. And there's something about them that's very like... They do have a part of them that they're creative. They're very creative. This person is highly creative. And they do need to retreat to their little bubble so they can live a little bit of a fantasy so that they can create more. Yeah, and they do deep dives, emotional deep dives. This person, when they fall deeply, and they feel emotions very deeply too. This person could have strong Cancer in their chart, Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus, Mars, and Mercury, possibly some Pisces. The number 18 and the number 9 could be relevant. 5 of Wands. There's going to be a few challenges for the two of you before the two of you get married. And it's because of... This person's going to suss you out, okay? This person's going to study. They're going to put you through, like, certain situations to see if you're a fit, okay? It's not to test you. It's more to see if you're a match. And so there's going to be some challenges. But I feel you're going to do the same. So you're going to challenge this person as well. But you're going to overcome the challenges and obstacles, whatever comes in your way. One of the challenges that could be coming in your way is something that needs to be let go of still on your end, maybe on their end as well. And so that could be the bigger challenge, is your inner worlds healing and coming together. Or maybe you heal each other as well. What is the relationship? What is the relationship going to be like? Okay, well, that's a good thing. But when you come together, it's going to be joyous. It's going to be warm. It's going to be healthy and joyful. And you're going to help each other grow even further and shine even brighter. So it's going to be very fulfilling. And it's just going to feel like a warm embrace. And for some of you, there's a pregnancy here, if that resonates. For others of you, There's a starting of a project together that will grow and be prosperous. Either way, I'm seeing a lot of growth here. I'm seeing a lot of prosperity after some initial challenges. After the moon comes the sun is what I'm seeing here. So I see someone here settling their shadow side a little bit and then turning more to their light side. After going through some hurdles, but overcoming. So I feel on your end it's letting go of a thought pattern or behavior, and on their side it's more like opening up and letting go of fear. Thanatos. It's going to be like a death and a rebirth for both of you. I am seeing, so we have the number, we have the number 50, 60, 73, the number 73, and we have the number 10 and the number 1. So there's going to be a sort of a death and a rebirth that occurs either right before you get married or you meet or you come together, or during the time you're together here. So there's some fears here that need to be resolved. There are some fears here that need to be resolved. There's something here that is falling away so this can come together. So one or both of you are definitely going through a death and a rebirth. And I'm definitely seeing new beginnings with the 10 and the 1 and changes. A lot of changes still need to occur. But once you do come together, you're building a solid, stable, prosperous, long-lasting foundation between the two of you that you can both rely on. And I do see you collaborating on some project together that will bring in some finances. So I do see you working together. I see you connected through telepathy, so you don't always need to speak verbally with your physical mouth to know what the other is thinking. It's like you're going to know what the other is thinking, probably finish each other's sentences in a way. But there's a deep spiritual connection that, and this is a higher level soulmate here. Pisces energy coming through again. You're just going to know that you're for each other. And now we have the Muse of Materials, which is the husband card, confirming, yes, your spouse. So there's a spouse here. So where there's one spouse, there's another spouse. Taurus, Capricorn, Virgo here. So that is a confirmation that yes, you will get married. And yes, this is a person who is financially well off, stable. They know how to be a solid, stable, mature partner in a relationship. They will be solid and stable for you. You will be solid and stable together. There's a physical connection. There is a spiritual connection. There is an emotional connection here. And it's going to feel like nothing you've experienced before, really, is what I'm seeing here. So I hope this brought you the clarity that you were seeking. Let me know how this resonates for you below. If it did not, you can go and choose another option. Thank you for liking, commenting, sharing, and subscribing. It helps the channel. It helps to bring you more. Have a beautiful day. See you in the next one. Bye for now.